Convicted child sexual abuser and accused serial rapist Sean Williams will likely spend the rest of his life in prison. It's our top story this afternoon. I'm John Jenko. Williams appeared in court this morning. At that appearance, Williams was sentenced to 95 years in prison for federal child pornography crimes. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel and Jeff Keeling were in the courtroom in Greenville this morning. Ansley, tell us what the judge had to say.
Well, John, Judge Ronnie Greer did not mince any words as he gave Sean Williams a life sentence this morning. The judge actually agreed with prosecutors who said the 53-year-old was an unremorseful and dangerous sexual predator. Greer said that 95 years, more than required for an effective life sentence, was fair and appropriate because of the heinousness of Williams's crimes. Federal prosecutors don't comment directly, but U.S. Marshal David Jolly, who dealt with Williams's escape and has come to know a number of his victims, said that Greer's decision was appropriate.
Sean Williams is an evil, depraved monster. I won't even call him a human being. He's not a human being. He is, so no matter what sentence the court imposed, it will never be enough and sufficient enough for all that this man has done.
Williams will be sent to a federal prison in Ohio. Now, News Channel 11's Jeff Keeling has been following this case for going on 3 years now. He's been in a lot of these court appearances and was in the courtroom with me today. Now, Sean Williams, he returned an attitude to the judge that was, something that was similar to what we saw in the escape trial, but not necessarily in the child porn trial that we both covered.
That's right. He was relatively subdued in his child pornography trial. That's what he was mainly being sentenced on today. But today, defiant is the best word to describe Sean Williams' attitude. Ansley, he began his own comments by sarcastically congratulating lead prosecutor Megan Gomez on what he called a dramatic performance when she was pushing for the full 95 years. He called the charges fabricated. He hinted at some other reason that he was being targeted, saying authorities should have followed the money trail. And he laughed and talked back when Greer said the only worst crime he could imagine was a serial killer. Greer responded to that by saying Williams, who's suspected of more than 60 rapes of adult women, had inflicted trauma on victims that they will carry with them the rest of their lives. Greer also had this to say, quote, "The public needs to be assured that Sean Williams is out of commission, that he's no longer a threat to the public, that he's no longer walking the streets."
Now, Jeff, while we know that he's going to be sent off to this federal prison, this is not the last we will see of Sean Williams when it comes to court appearances right here in our region.
That's right, Ansley. Sean Williams is also, he's charged with related crimes in state court to these three crimes against children. Those would run concurrent if he's convicted of those, which means he wouldn't serve any extra time for those. But he's also facing potentially dozens of rape charges. And so if those ever play out in Washington County Court, the judge did say those sentences would run consecutively to the 95 years. And I know there's a lot of people that would like to see some of those charges brought against Sean Williams at some point.
Well, Jeff Keeling, thank you. And again, he's been following this for about 3 years now, and this is a very intricate and complicated stories in some ways. So, of course, we'll bring you more from Greenville later on this afternoon. But, John, we'll go ahead and send things back to you for now.